Good morning, friends. Today we will be reading from Jesus in the Home, number 45, The Need for Action. The disciples were heatedly discussing the need of preparation for the divine kingdom. Philip discreetly emphasized the need for meditation. James the elder suggested spiritual retreat. The disciples of the renewing movement thought that they should isolate themselves in a place inaccessible to sin. John opted for ceaseless worship, going so far as to suggest that everyone should abandon their professional activities so that they could chant endless hosannas to the most beloved Father. Bartholomew pointed out the need for incessant fasting and refraining from any contact with unclean people. Called upon by Simon to please say something, Jesus asked, "Peter, what kind of water causes pestilential miasmas?" "Well, of course," the apostle responded, intrigued, "useless, stagnant water." Smiling, he asked the son of Alphaeus, "James, what kind of fish floats motionless on the waves?" "A dead fish, Lord," replied the disciple, disappointed. "Bartholomew, what kind of land is filled with briars that prevent the sowing of a crop?" The disciple thought and then answered, "Indisputably, it is good soil that has been neglected, because dry, rocky soil is nearly always unproductive." The master showed that he was sincerely satisfied and turned his attention to Thaddeus. "Thaddeus, what kind of tunic becomes a nest of destructive moths?" "One that is never worn." Nodding toward Judas, he said, "What happens to the buried talent?" "It is wasted because it is useless, Lord." Next, he looked at one of the sons of Zebedee and said more incisively, "James, where do serpents and wolves seek shelter?" "In ruins or other places that have been abandoned." "Andrew," Christ said, gazing at Peter's brother, "what is the purpose of yeast?" "Master, the mission of yeast is to give life to the loaf." Then, resting his piercing yet gentle gaze on his disciples, he added good-naturedly, "The temple is full of worshippers, yet Jerusalem is surrounded by misery. If the light is not used to drive out the darkness, if bread is kept from the starving, and if medicine is withheld from the sick, where can we find benefit in the work we propose to do?" The divine kingdom holds the need for action as a fundamental order. Let us continue onwards, and let us spread the redemptive truth through our thoughts, words, deeds, and lives. The all-wise one created the seed to produce without end. The light of the sun comes down each and every morning to drive darkness out from the earth. The ministry of the good news is nothing more than that. To love by serving is to worship the Father above all things. And to serve by loving is to help our neighbor as ourselves. To abide by these guidelines as we progress toward redemption is to practice the whole law. Let us meditate on these words today in gratitude for every opportunity that we have to work, to take action. We thank you, Father, for the opportunity to come together this morning, to gather all of our thoughts and minds into one union, and to have this ability each morning and evening to receive a message to meditate upon, and then, more importantly, to act upon it. As in this teaching, we learn from you that, yes, it's great to meditate and pray and worship and to read uplifting messages, but if we do nothing with them, it's like the buried talent. Please let us seek out each opportunity today, each moment, and to see that that was an opportunity to work, to be of use, to love one another, to love the opportunities that are presented each moment. Let us all lift our hearts And keep our eyes open today for those opportunities to love one another, to maybe shift our point of view today, maybe see where we can go out of our way to be more useful. And let us all remember all of our brothers and sisters all around the world that are going through a difficult challenge. Let them all of us, remember that we're always supported, we're never alone, we're all so loved as children of God. And let us also give thanks for all the times that we do remember that, for all the hugs and the smiles that we do receive in times of difficulty, to give thanks to know that we are never alone. Let us all take a moment of silence for our own personal prayers. We thank you again, Lord, for this opportunity to come together for this project. And please let the love cultivated here this morning to ripple out as far as it can possibly reach. Let the vibration that we're cultivating each morning, throughout the day and each night, be felt with all of our loved ones, all of our friends, all of those around the world. So be it. Have a great day, all.